Greetings, brothers and sisters. Here's Alec J. Baldwin. He's got a little Woody underneath him there. And he's going to have Woody on his show. But there was one I missed. I think it's this one. Let's see this. I think this is the one. He's getting serious here. What's he got? All right, what do you got there, Alec J?
Hey, it's Alec.
Hey, Alec. Hey, Alec. Hey, it's Alec. It's Alec. Hey, Alec. Say it again.
Hey, it's Alec.
Hey, Alec.
Wanted to mention that I have a new podcast that is premiering next Thursday.
Why don't you make your first guest somebody really controversial? I don't know, somebody who is so offensive to your remaining fans who have stuck with you through you shooting your cinematographer and your wife having an identity crisis and all the scandals and all the just tomfoolery you've been up to. Maybe somebody who's just so offensive and so, criminal and so Me Too'd. I don't know, somebody like Roman or maybe even Woody Allen. Why don't you?
June 30th on iHeart. This project is called Ben Steele American.
Is he an American? Is Ben Steele an American? I guess the Woody thing is before that.
It was inspired originally on my end by a book entitled Tears in the Darkness
by who is that wonderful title, that wonderful book title from?
Michael and Elizabeth Norman, who are
the Normans. He got the Normans wrote that book.
Both writers and historians. I think both of them teach at NYU.
They're New Yorkers.
And I become aware of this book, and I read this book, and it was a book one of the greatest books I've ever read. And
is it a good book, Alec?
I tried to make it into a movie a few years ago, but
then I shot a cinematographer, and that's all done now.
The movie Unbroken that Angelina Jolie directed from I think it's Laura Hillebrand, the woman who did Seabiscuit, the huge bestseller. She did the movie Unbroken, that was a bestseller, and they made it into a movie, and that kind of cleared the decks, if you will, of Philippine Pacific War drama stories.
We need more of those, Alec.
And so our project, Tears in the Darkness, was shelved, if you will.
Good story, Alec.
But I never let go of my fascination and my love of this project and the story of its protagonist, Ben Steele. In a nutshell, a boy from the cattle country of Montana.
Montana in America or Montana, Spain?
He goes and joins the army, as nearly everybody did back then, and they all were gung-ho about fighting the Nazis.
Tell us more, Alex.
But they get sent to the Philippines instead.
Bummer for them. No Nazis in the Philippines.
And we get into the whole period of history about the Bataan Death March, the fall of the Philippines, Corregidor, MacArthur's departure, the Bataan Death March.
Wow, Alec, you're boring the crap out of me. Okay, let's go to the end here.
Beginning June 30th, we drop 2 episodes a week for the next consecutive 4 weeks. This is.
Remember when you used to make movies, Alec? Remember when you were a movie star, and now you're doing podcasts because you shot a cinematographer.
Something that I am incredibly proud of. I'm incredibly proud of Jan.
But not as proud of you are of your marksmanship.
Of Zach McNeese, our other editor, and
Zach McNeese rocks.
One of my producers, and everybody involved in the project at iHeart who helped us get this going. This is a truly, truly incredibly informative and educational program, but it's also just an amazing story. I mean, when you
it's such a good story. It's so good.
Hear the voices of these men talk about what they endured. It's some of it's pretty tough.
Pretty tough stuff.
Some of it is pretty tough, I must say.
Pretty tough, he must say himself.
But I hope you'll listen. Ben Steele, American, on iHeart, beginning episodes 1 and 2, beginning June 30th. Thank you, and have a
You're welcome.
great weekend.
You too, Alec. Okay, so let's get to the main. Story here. He's got a Titleist hat on. Alec is looking thoughtful. He's ready to do some golfing with Woody. Woody's a tremendous athlete. You might know from his younger days. Woody was quite a natural athlete.
We're now live. I'm going to take the comments. I'm going to disable the comments, turning off comments.
Good idea, because you don't want anybody talking about Woody, right? I'm sure they have wonderful things to say about Woody.
And here I am.
Rocking my Titleist hat.
Here we are. Okay, do they want to come on and do a test?
Go back and forth.
Yes, she said they.
Get your microphone's off. We can't hear you, Alec. Get comfortable. Get your hat. Touch your chin. Look really stupid. Have a stupid expression. Shake your head and giggle. Touch your face. And then, talk to nobody. Nobody can hear you. Your microphone's off. Yeah, there you go. You're funny. Do your best Robert De Niro impression, because that's what your face is moving towards. Just shake your head. Talk, just give a giggle to Woody. Oh, you're rocking it. Yeah, you got it. Okay, this is great. I'll touch your face again. Do this. And then look at the camera. You're lost. Touch your phone. Show everyone the top of your head. Okay, there you go. You got your microphone. Where's your microphone? Forget your microphone? Yeah, you're talking to nobody right now. You disabling your microphone? Where's Woody? Stare dumbly at the camera. Look confused. What you call your wife in? She can look over your shoulder and pretend she's from Spain. And you go, touch the camera. Yeah, you got it. Okay, what's going on? Okay, touch this button here. That didn't work. I look confused. Where's Woody? Touch your tongue to the side of your mouth. And look confused again. Touch that button there. Look around. Hey, give a fake smile, a good laugh. You're in a good mood. Remember who you are. You're Alec P. Baldwin. You're the proud owner of a new podcast with some awesome content coming up. Your best days are behind you, but still you can do podcasts because, you want to be out there in the public eye. Lean in a little bit. Lean in. Touch that button. Where's that one? Is there a Woody button there? There he is.
Okay. Oh, I can't hear anything.
Who's that? Who? What the hell is that ghoul doing there? Who's that?
Listen, let me see. We can't hear anything.
Can you hear me now?
Go, yes. Now we can hear you.
You can hear me. Okay.
Woody, say something. Can you hear him?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, you can. Woody's, speaking of having your best days behind you, Woody's really gone to ghoul land here.
It's because, and I can see that I'm out of sync.
Yeah, you're out of sync, Woody. You've been out of sync for years.
But having said that, it's still the greatest day of your life, isn't it? Being on Instagram.
Yeah, not sure what Instagram is, but
Woody delivering those comic blows.
now.
Okay, you guys. Woody, Alec, I got a special treat for you, right? I want you guys to really appreciate what I'm about to do for you here. I know that you guys are, you're starting off. Woody, you've never been on Instagram before. Alec, this is a big day for you. Your idol, Woody Allen, and you're having some tough times wearing your Titleist hat. So I got a little bit of I got a cameo from some really big-time celebrities they're going to do for you, and they're going to Well, let's just go to it. You guys will probably figure out what who they are in a second. We some island boys. We some island boys doing Cameo. Woody Allen's a perv. Alec Baldwin shot his coworker, and his wife thinks she's Spanish. And we're on Cameo. I'm gonna pick that up. And Cameo, we're island boys. And let the island boys. How you like that? That was amazing. I think you guys really appreciate that.
Woody, say something. Can you hear him?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, one example, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, sure.
Well, one example, I thought, and we're not live yet. I don't think. Are we live, Emily? If I'm right now, are you watching? Are we live?
We're watching. It's riveting. You and Woody together. I didn't know how there was going to be this much star power, and the Island Boys.
Yes, you are. We're live. Okay, we're live. So we'll just ramble. Because we start at 10:30, I'm going to introduce you. But
No,
I thought that the relaxation of marijuana laws in New York would result in a kind of a Topanga Canyon-esque bacchanal of free thought and.
When are you going to talk about the pedo stuff, right? You're going right for marijuana here after the Island Boys.
Music and poetry and batik dresses and people gambling through the park. And instead, everyone is zonked out of their mind. They're numb. They're comatose, sitting on a bench in the park, staring at their phone. You know what I mean? Like intimacy has certainly taken it on the chin with social media. That's my biggest complaint against social media, is that everybody is like
Woody looks stoned himself. What's up with Woody? Woody is just gone.
What's the word? Like the slab in 2001: A Space Odyssey that the monkeys are worshiping or puzzling over.
Just for you guys playing along at home, Alec P. Baldwin just called us all monkeys.
Well, I can't comment on social media because I really don't. I'm just not up on it. It's never interested me because I've never been interested in anything, any kind of gadgetry.
He's not into gadgets, this guy. No gadgets for him. Look, he's got a couple of horns working here. Horns of light.
Cameras, tape
Don't go into the light, Woody. Woody, stay away from the light.
recorded. They just don't interest me. I never have.
Never has, this guy, but he's such a comic genius. He's so funny. He's just the comedy of this man.
So I never got into social media. Now, as I say, I have a Facebook page, but I don't know I've never seen it. I wouldn't know how to access it. And I don't know what it does exactly or what.
He's so funny. Oh, whoa. He's just crazy. He's a man who just won't give in to the evils of social media. Plus, if he went on there, he'd be fried, right?
benefit or problem it is for me. I don't know, but it's run by people who, manage my business and they think it's important. So great.
Well, you also have to have. I'm going to sign off with you, Emily, and call you back. Bye. You also have what they call the placeholder, which is that you don't want someone else to co-opt your name, which I've had happen. Like in the dawn of Facebook and so forth and websites, you had to find the guy that had copyrighted your name.
By copyrighted, he means claims your domain name, right? He's a savvy one on social media of the two.
And the law prohibited you from demanding that you get your name. You had to buy it from him.
What do I care if he copyrights? If he
What do I care? Like, what is he going to say about me that's so bad? If he had a WoodyAllen.com, right? And what is he going to call me? Like, what's he going to say that's going to be so bad? Like, I have such a spotless reputation.
I'm me, he's him, and he can say he's me, all the time.
Much healthier attitude.
You meet him, you'll be able to tell the difference immediately. And it doesn't matter if he does something illegal, we'll catch him, and not worry.
Bring him back and eat him. Like we did in the old days. Like us, All the ghouls will get together. We'll have a little party, right?
You have a much healthier attitude about it than I do. Now, let me ask you this as we begin here, and that is, when I read this book, it's been a while.
You know, Woody's got a book out. That's just amazing. Let's see that book because, come on, let's plug the book. Give Woody his due.
And I'm talking about your new book, Zero Gravity, Woody Allen, Zero Gravity, for those folks out there. And it's been a while since I had to have my phone next to me to look up all the names and the references that I was not aware of. I mean, you really, and I'm wondering at what point, no, go ahead, you were going to say something? Go ahead.
I was going to say, my wife tells me the same thing.
You know, when she's not playing with her Barbie dolls. You know, when she's not skipping rope and playing hopscotch.
You know, I can't believe that, only because was thrown out of school. I'm not erudite.
What could you have possibly done to be thrown out of school? Well, how did Woody Allen get thrown out of school? It had to be something pervy because, you know, it wasn't because he was fighting. Probably wasn't because he was drinking, right? I mean, if you think of the list of potential misconduct that one small, younger version of Woody Allen would be involved in, the only thing you could say is, well, maybe he got a little pervy, right?
You know, I'm writing off the top of my head. In those pieces, they're a collection of pieces that have appeared in the New Yorker magazine, many of them, and I supplemented them with some that I wrote at home to
Sounds like an epic work.
kill time during the pandemic, and I put them together. They're meant to make people laugh,
And they're not going to succeed in most cases.
really, hence the title Zero Gravity. They have no substantial weight. They're just fun, you know, you like a paper cup, you drink from it and throw it away. It's, you know, but people tell me that there's, you know, that they have to look up words now and then. This is not the worst thing in the world, but I'm
No, it's not.
You know, no, there's much worse things, Woody. I can think of some worse things. Can you think of any worse things, Woody?
I don't find my vocabulary particularly extensive. Certainly no more than you know, than the average person's.
Well, the question that I have is, at what point in your life did you decide that, you know, that you wanted to become not that you aimed for this, but you are this connoisseur in this kind of writing, in these books you write. you
He's a connoisseur. Let's move forward because this thing's long. Okay, so I jump around till I get to the end because this is like an hour and something. You know, it's long. There's lots of technical difficulties. And I missed a part, which actually wasn't on, you know, when he posted this and it was taped, he edited this part out. But one of my viewers let me know in a Facebook, I'm going to explain that here anyway, but here it is. Okay, so one of my viewers sent me this. I had fast forwarded, so I missed it. But before I put this video together, somebody sent me something on Facebook with a big event that happened here, apparently. Look at these guys. Look at these. Woody's gluing it up. He looks a lot like Furf. Like he's furfing it over here, Colin Firth. But anyway, something special happens here.
Before the pandemic, but the pandemic was like a final thing, and it's gone in that, you know, so I don't know. I don't know how I feel about making movies. I mean,
Yeah, well, we know how we feel about watching your movies.
I'm going to make another one, and I see how I.
are going to make one this fall, correct?
I will make one this fall. Yeah.
Is it in the U.S. or overseas?
Pardon me?
Overseas or in the U.S.?
No. I think I'll make it in Paris.
Paris.
Got it.
You know, some years ago, I mean, I did so many films in New York. I don't want to have a sameness. I still did
He only makes films in pretentious places.
double back and make A Rainy Day in New York, But
So the viewer sent me the time and when this event happened, where Alec loses it at his Maid. Right? he yells at his maid in Spanish. So spoiler alert. But I found it. The person also sent me a link to The Guardian or one of these places, Daily Mail, and they had copied the video when it was live.
Really love something and you do it with sincerity, there's a chance that you can communicate.
So there's multiple technical difficulties. And Alec has this fake smile on his face. Notice his fake smile.
Are you there?
And so Woody fades. This happened more than once. But he looks like he's happy because he's dealing with Woody.
We froze. Can you hear me? Because you guys are frozen.
But then he's going to lose it on his maid here in a second. He's going to get up over here. Okay, so he's trying to figure out what's going on because he's Alec Baldwin. He doesn't know because he's stupid. He doesn't know about technology.
We froze. Can you hear me? Because you guys are frozen.
You guys are frozen, but not Alec. He's not frozen.
Can you hear me?
And he goes, leave it up.
Hold on. Okay.
And then he's going to point his ass at you because, he already called you a monkey. Now he's pointing his ass at you. Clearing his throat.
Leonetta!
So he says Leonetta, and then he's going to say enough. Enough, the dog's enough. That's enough. Apparently the dogs are barking. But we didn't hear it, but we see this.
Leonetta! Basta! Los perritos, basta!
Run, Leonetta, because this MNF is crazy. He's already shot a cinematographer. Just wait. Run, Leonetta. This is an angry MNFer here.
Well, we're having a baby. How about that for a project?
Ay, ay, ay.
Cravings here, okay.
Sí.
Ay, ay, ay.
Sí.
Ay, ay, ay.
Las perritas, suficiente!
He starts coming back in here. Slams the door.
Okay, let's do this.
You mean take anger management? See how nice and friendly he was with Woody Allen? He's yelling at his Spanish maid, right? Because of his wife, all that stuff. Leonetta, right? You need anger management, bro. You mad, bro?
I want to apologize. I'm sorry that Vladimir Putin has effed with me again. And then I want to mention what I guess is the converse, which is your wife must know that when you write a book of casuals, you're going to give her the business a little bit every now and then. I mean, my favorite line is you say that her credit card was still glowing from the recent frictions of the credit. Did we lose the connection again?
Yeah. You're talking to nobody. You lost Woody. He's fading out. You started talking about his wife and how she's spending his money on the credit cards and how she's, I mean, who would have thought that would happen? Just chill out, Alec. This Woody's coming back any second. Let's move forward here.
First, so when I wrote a dedication,
One of my favorite
people
that you introduced.
There's Alec waiting for him. What's up, Alec? You look sad. Where's Woody? You lost your Woody, Alec. You had a Woody below you, and now he's gone. Where's that Woody? Where is that Woody, Alec? Alec.
All right, again.
There he is.
are we focused?
So what I was saying is that in books like Zero Gravity, your wife obviously knows she's going to get a little of the business.
Yes.
You mentioned.
Yeah, she's getting the business from the mailman because Woody's a little past his prime.
I think one of my favorite lines was her credit cards still glowing from fiction. From friction, rather. I love that. And also in the dedication, you write, I have the dedication here. And of course, Soon Yi, if Bram Stoker had known you, he'd have had his sequel. I mean, she knows this is coming, obviously.
Yes, when I did, that was my second dedication to her. My first one, in apropos of nothing, originally, this Christmas will.
Look at Alec's adoring eyes here.
Have been married 25 years.
And so what is she now? 28? What is she, 32 now? Like, what?
I have, nothing but affection for her. So when I wrote a dedication, I naturally wrote an affectionate dedication. She saw it and said, God, you're not going to have that, that treacly stuff, that gooey stuff. Give me something nasty. And
She's been waiting for something nasty from you for years, Willie. Woody.
I gave her a different dedication in apropos of nothing. I can't remember what it was, but it was not syrupy. And
Yes.
so
No.
I knew not to make a syrupy one here either, because she knows that in the world of comedy, as one would know from like fryer roasts or things like that,
Fryer roast. Yeah, we'll bring out back the fryer roast.
greatest mark of affection is to insult the other person,
Exactly. That's what it is. I mean, you guys will really appreciate what I do here for you all out of affection.
to roast the other person. And so, you know, I do that with her because she understands and wants it that way. It was many years ago, the comedian Jack Benny
Jack Benny, like you are old, buddy.
was known, he got a lot of comic traction out of being cheap. And they made a million jokes about being cheap. And when he was in New York and tried to tip a cab driver, the cab driver wouldn't take it from him because, it was contrary to that image.
Great story. Jack, can you tell us more Jack Benny stories, Woody? Some wonderful Jack Benny stories.
And it's the same thing here. They want to be on the fictional end of your relationship with them, and so I've done a million, I guess what you would call wife jokes.
Exactly. And, do you got any child bride jokes?
But none of them, particularly,
Funny.
laudatory.
Scathing, yeah. Not mean spirited. Now, I
Wouldn't be
TV
funny,
show. I
so-
did a TV series, and what was taught to me by Lorne Michaels and by Tina, not directly, but by implication or by just demonstrating that network TV was harder to do because you can't go blue. Network TV, you can't say the F word. You got to find 25 other ways to say what you want to say that
message to say how sorry I was and shooting famous cinematographers.
Yeah, because, without the F word, I mean, you can't even make a joke.
don't violate broadcast standards as such as they are today. And so it's a tougher job, and I grew to respect that. I grew to respect that when you watch Netflix,
All right, let's move forward here.
is to press pause and go make a picture of martinis and press pause and go get some more guacamole and press pause and go
And go, clean your handgun.
make a phone call or go to the bathroom. They don't want to have, I should say, not that they don't want to have, they care infinitely less about
Okay, moving
experiencing.
forward.
I'm on your show here. I'm complaining, but
Well, no, but the thing about the theater is now
Okay,
it
let's
mimics.
let's go to the end here because it's just brutal.
That's why I didn't get COVID because I didn't get COVID, and it's a miracle.
yeah, I wore a mask too and gave a wide berth to anyone on
Exactly. Let's hear how these guys avoided COVID.
them because books are warm and they give the feeling, the illusion of literacy and warmth to the room. But you don't have to write the books. A lot of people just have the spines of the books and the
It's
spine
like wallpaper.
paper bottles.
I always say, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. It's amazing. Woody Allen, Zero Gravity. My thanks to you. You and I I heard they're going to do research now and do testing on people who didn't get COVID. I was out all the time because I had to work.
He had to work, before he, didn't have any work because, he shot a coworker.
I went and shot a TV series for Peacock.
You shot a what? You shot a what? What did you say you shot? Did you shoot something? I heard you shot something. Did you shoot something? What did you shoot, Alec?
Because I had to work. I went and shot a TV series for Peacock.
Click with, I don't know what words to use today, but if they click with them.
Isn't marriage a gunfight sometimes?
I'd light up a couple usually when I was working, because I'm so nervous when I'm shooting to get the job done. When I was shooting, or just stupid behavior. When I'm shooting.
But what I realized was that every time I went into a room with any people, I masked. I always wore a mask. And I believe that that's why I didn't get COVID, because I didn't get COVID. And it's a miracle.
Oh, yeah, I
It's a miracle. The masks. The masks were the key for his miracle.
wore a mask too, and gave a wide berth to anyone on the
Yeah.
street walking.
I was cautious.
I followed every protocol. But it's also a measure of luck because
It's luck. Luck and masks.
the city was crawling with it for the last,
City was crawling with people with COVID, just trying to get their COVID all over you.
not just the city, but the country was crawling.
Well, I give you
Get it.
the tip of my visor. I
What's-
tip my visor to you.
The vice.
His visor, tip of his visor, the titleist.
My love to you, and thanks for doing this with me. I appreciate it.
Oh, thanks for chatting. It was nice to see you.
You too. Great to see you as always.
Have a great rest of the summer.
Thank you. You too.
Fake, 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 fake.
I'm going to record this. I'm going to record this and post it. Hold on one second.
Post it, Alex. You got to post it.
Also save it.
I'm going to mute this.
Okay, I think we're done. I think we're done.
Okay, there's Woody's handler.
Yeah, we're done.
There's Song Yi. She looks a little bit different now.
So it's gonna be.
It's 11:19.
Let's see, how do I save it? Yeah.
I'll
Get out of this.
meet you.
Yes, upstairs. Second floor? If you want to rejoin, I can
These guys.
leave.
Okay, we guys see it? Okay, looking at it, got to. I'm trying to record it and post it.
We're now live. I'm going to
Okay, back to the beginning. That's Alec P. Baldwin and Woody P. What's his last name? Woody P. Allen. And they're together again, and there were some great comedy hijinks. Okay, so if you're looking at this image, this is the Dylan Farrow family. Woody Allen was married to Mia Farrow. Mia Farrow starred as Rosemary, who gave birth to Satan, the Antichrist, in Rosemary's Baby, directed by the convicted sex offender Roman Polanski, who's also good friends with Woody Allen. And there's multiple pictures of them hanging out, right? So that's how twisted it is. And, of course, on top of that, Roman Polanski was married to Susan Tate, what is it? Or the Tate girl, whatever, I don't know. Don't care, don't tell me, don't need to know. But she was Sharon Tate. And she was while she was pregnant with his baby, she was slaughtered by the Manson clan, right? Charles Manson family. And so that's how twisted Hollywood is. And then you could, go out to politics and all these people in terms of 1 degree of separation, 2 degrees of separation. Of course, Johnny Depp, right? They're all connected. They all know each other. They're all friends. And so Mia Farrow is obviously a messed up Hollywood person. And so is Woody Allen. Woody Allen is holding Dylan Farrow, who later accused him of abusing her. That's what this, HBO show was all about. I didn't watch it, but Alec Baldwin referenced it. And next to Mia Farrow is Song Yi, her adopted daughter, who Woody was a father to, right? Now, he didn't have legal fatherly rights, but you can see she's like 15 years old, and he's a part of that family, right? Now, eventually he's going to, when she turns 18, they get married. Like, so they must have been together before that, right? Like she didn't turn 18 and they looked at each other and say, let's get married. So they had a romance behind his wife and her mother's back, right? Now think about how weird and crazy and just all of it. And how long was that going on? Because it didn't happen overnight. She was 18 when she was legal to marry. Woody Allen married her. They said their affair began when she was 21, because of course they would, right? But Woody Allen met her when she was 10 and he was 40. And so she was a 10-year-old girl that he had parental responsibilities for. And this is what he says about it. I got lucky in my relationship. I've been married 20 years and it's been good. I think that was the odd factor that I married so much older than the girl I married. I'm 35 years older, and somehow, through no fault of mine or hers, the dynamic worked. I was paternal. I liked her youth and energy. She deferred to me, and I was happy to give her enormous amount of decision-making. He gave her decision-making. That was so generous of him. Just as a gift, and let her take charge of so many things. She flourished. It's just a good luck thing, right? And so it's unbelievably creepy because he was her father figure and she was his, adoptive stepdaughter. And, this all went on under his wife's nose. Now, he says that because of the breakup of the relationship, that Mia Farrow is angry and hostile towards him and vengeful, right, and vindictive. And her daughter, Dylan, decided to stick up for her mom and give these false allegations, right? Which, all right, that could possibly be the case. But how does he even show his face in public, right? Because what he did with this girl is creepy. The relationship he just described is creepy. And there's, no two ways about it, right? She went away to college when she was 18 or whatever it was, right? And she somehow, during that period of time, while she was in college, ended up dating Woody Allen, right? So how did that happen? Well, there must have been some sort of spark and something going on when she lived in the house. I mean, they're not going to admit to that, but it's just there. And whatever's going on there is certainly not right. But this is the kind of morality they have in Hollywood. Again, I don't care what people believe. I don't care what they do. This is legal, and it is whatever it is. I mean, as far as anybody knows, it's legal in terms of their ability to prove it. I mean, whatever he did to Mia Farrow, whatever's going on with her, whatever the whole relationship, whether whether Dylan Farrow's accusations are true or not, nobody could really know. Like, we could say, oh, we believe her, we don't, right? I saw her talking about it. She seemed to be fake crying. That doesn't mean, she seemed a little bit like Amber Heard. So there's all those types of things, right? There's no way to ever tell and get to the bottom of these things, and nor do I want to. Because I don't think about these things other than when I make a video. But what he did here is really whack. He's really whack. Alec Baldwin's really whack. And for such a judgmental prick as Alec Baldwin was with Trump and people on the right, and then he's giving Woody Allen, whose movie sucked. Woody Allen is a pretentious, he makes these movies for elitist, rich, people who are living in New York City or, these people in LA. I mean, these big city people, right? And his movies suck. Like, I don't remember any good Woody Allen movie, right? And Woody Allen himself is annoying, and he's so neurotic, and the way that's who he is in real life. And then he had that creepy movie in which he kissed a 15-year-old Mariel Hemingway, who played an 18-year-old girl who he was dating, who was still in high school. And he did that in real life. So this is a creepy MNF or a weird, twisted dude. And, he's celebrated like some sort of comedy genius and movie-making genius. And he's neither, right? And Alec Baldwin is slathering all over him because Alec Baldwin is just that sort of pretentious upward climber. And apparently he's worth $140 million. So there you go. Alec got his Woody. Only spirituality will save this world. It's Paramano, definitely reporting for the Apocalypse and the Ascension. Everyone have a blessed day and be grateful.